Yeah, Something in the Dirt. Now, this is the fourth feature film by the filmmaking duo Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead, and they did Spring, they did Synchronic, they did The Endless, and now this is their first film, surprisingly, their first film that has made it to Sundance, and it's easily like their most dense and philosophical and heady, brainy, movie yet. Their jam is they do these very odd lo-fi sci-fi Twilight Zone-y type things that are light on special effects, heavy on acting and craft. And this particular story follows these two guys played by the two directors, Justin and Aaron, who are living in this tiny, rundown kind of apartment complex in Laurel Canyon. And then they begin to discover like a very random, very strange phenomenon that occurs when specific conditions are just right. Like there's an ashtray, a crystal ashtray that they sit in a window, right? And when one of them is standing in one spot and the other is standing in another, like they start hearing this humming and the ashtray starts floating and shooting all these prismatic colors around the room. And then one of them moves and then it ends. So they're like, okay, wait a minute, what's going on? Is it wormholes? Is it electromagnetic, effects of like everything that's around us? And there are planes flying over all the time going to LAX, and like all these weird theories about the history of the city and the construction of it and secret societies and all this stuff gets thrown in, and it's very dialogue heavy, but when the effects are needed, they happen and they start tapping into connecting with other dimensions. And it's just, if you go with it, it's so much fun. But again, I'm a fan of their stuff because I find it to be such great bootstrap filmmaking, because they're not only starring in it, one of them wrote it, the other one is the DP for it and the editor for it, and they just do all of this stuff themselves. And then when it's time for post and all this business, then they bring in other people and do these other things. So it's just such a good example of indie filmmaking and the way you can work with what you have. It's just brilliant.
I'll say this, having heard your description of the movie, it reminds me of half the films I've seen at Sundance where I could conclude I have no idea what the fuck this movie's about. So I would just put it in that category.
The good thing is you do kind of find out what it's about. You do. I mean,
well, your review doesn't. I'm not particularly enthusiastic, Norm.
Okay, I am.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know. It sounds like an early Duplass Brothers movie.
Yeah.
In terms of the production, right? Like it's very low budget, whatever. But so it sounds like early Duplass, but the Duplass Brothers movies were very much all about something, right? Like The Puffy Chair, one of my favorites. I'm going to throw that out as a recommendation. The Puffy Chair, a great small. That movie should inspire you to go make a movie. It's about a guy who buys a chair for his dad off of eBay. And it's a really weird puffy chair. So he drives kind of, he goes on a long drive. He's going to go and drive and pick it up. He's going to go pick up this chair for his dad's birthday. That's the whole movie. And then it's all the what happens between Mark Duplass's character and his girlfriend. They're going through something. So they're kind of dealing with it in the midst of this, of this journey. Right. But I have no idea what Something in the Dirt is about.
It's about two random guys who discover a strange phenomenon and they try to figure it out. And that's it.
All right. Now I know what it's about. Okay, cool. Yeah. But you can't, well, if you told us, you'd be ruining it.
Absolutely. So,
all right. Would you say it's like a lo-fi sci-fi?
That's exactly what I would say.
All right, cool. See, now I'm interested. Now I'm interested. Norm sets the gold standard. Norm sets the gold standard. He states the story, what it's about. Here's the hook. Get me in.
And then go. Then, you know, and then go and enjoy it, because that's how you gotta. Yeah, it's fun. It's
cool.
But again, I'm a fan of theirs. So